Hello friends, yogis, welcome to your yoga flow. This is an energizing yoga flow that you can do in the morning. It will probably bring a lot of energy into your body, so I don't recommend doing it in the evening, but you can if you want to, if you need a little bit of an energy boost then. This is going to be quick, 10 minutes. It's going to be minimal cues, but this is for all levels. So if you are someone who is a beginner yogi, has a little bit of yoga knowledge, feel free to join us. We're going to start on our mat today. We're not going to need any props, and we're going to start standing on our mat today. So come meet me at the top of your mat, feet hip width apart, coming into a mountain pose. Rotate your palms to face towards the front of the room. Ground down through all four corners of your feet. So much so that you're pulling up on the arches of your feet. Rotate your inner thighs to touch one another. Option to close the eyes here as we just get settled in and take a moment to connect to the ground, connect to the earth. Inhale, lift your chest, lift the crown of the head up to the sky, and exhale, relax the shoulders away from the ears. On your next inhale, take your hands up high, holding a big beach ball overhead. And then exhale to forward fold, bending over the legs, hinging at the hips, bringing the hands down close to the ground. You can keep your feet here, take them hip width apart. Inhale to halfway lift, bring the torso up halfway. And exhale to forward fold. Plant both hands on the ground and step or slide that right or that left foot back to the back of the mat. Coming into a high runner's lunge here. Bring your hands to frame the right foot. Pull your inner thighs towards one another and maybe sink the hips down closer to the ground. Hips are parallel to your knee. And then option to inhale and lift up off the fingertips for just a moment. And then exhale to come back down. Drop that back knee, untuck the toes, coming into a low lunge here. You can stay on your fingertips, grounding down through that right foot, pulling back through that right hip, bringing your hands onto your hips, and then lifting your torso up off the ground. Staying strong here, right knee over right ankle. Inhale to look up, and exhale to sink in a little more. Interlace the fingertips behind the low back, and then option to start straightening out the arms. You can eventually maybe bring the palms of your hands to touch for a deeper stretch here. Option to come out of this a little bit if you're finding some low back pain. Inhale, reach the chest up, send the fingertips and the knuckles down towards the earth, and exhale to release the arms. Frame that right foot again, and then straighten out through that right foot. Send the right toes back up towards the sky, back towards your face. Inhale to look up, and exhale to maybe fold a little bit into it, keeping a bend through that right knee. And then we're going to roll forward, stacking that right knee on top of that right ankle again. This time, tucking the left toes under, lifting that back knee again, coming into a high lunge or a runner's lunge. And then open up, stack your right arm on top of your left, coming into a gentle twist onto the right side, sending your chest, your torso over to the right side. Inhale. And exhale, release, return that right hand to frame the right foot. Send the right foot back to meet your left foot, and then exhale to downward facing dog. Lift the hips, bending at the hips, bending the knees, sending the heels towards the ground energetically. Ears are by your biceps. Inhale, big breath here, and exhale to hop or walk your feet up to meet the backs of your hands. Inhale to halfway lift, lift the torso, lift the chest, and exhale to forward fold. Plant the hands, step the right foot back this time, coming into a high lunge on the other side. Heel toe that left foot, or bring your hands back so that they frame your right foot. High lunge here, left knee directly over the left ankle. Inhale to look up slightly, stay strong through that back right leg, lift that back right thigh. Squeeze your inner thighs towards the center line, towards one another, and pull that left hip back. Inhale, maybe you come off the fingertips a little bit, and exhale to return to the ground. Drop that back right knee, untuck the toe, coming into a low lunge on the other side. Keeping that left knee stacked on top of the left ankle. Inhale to lift your chest up, maybe coming onto the fingertips. Exhale to maybe sink your hips a little closer down to the ground. Option to come off of your fingertips here, bringing your hands onto your hips or just letting them float. Inhale, reach the crown of the head up to the sky. Exhale, maybe sink your hips down a little more. Option to interlace your fingertips behind your low back here, and maybe you come out of the low lunge a little bit. Start to straighten your arms and send your knuckles down towards the earth. Lift your chin, lift the chest, finding a open heart here. Inhale and exhale to release your arms to the ground. Frame that left foot again. Plant the hands and then tuck that right foot under. Lift that back right knee once more. Ground down through that right hand and start to open up with the left hand, left fingertips up to the sky. Inhale, stacking the left shoulder on top of the right shoulder. Exhale to sink your hips down. Inhale and exhale to release that left hand. Frame that left foot once more. Send that left foot straight to the back to meet your right, and then lift the hips for downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet here, and then find stillness. Walk your feet up to meet the back of your hands. Keep your feet hip width apart, or option to bring the toes together and keep the heels slightly apart. Coming into a chair pose, spread the fingers wide, sit back into your sits bones, bend the knees, stack the knees over the ankles, and then lift your arms, sweep your arms as you lift your torso up off of your thighs. Inhale to stay here, stay strong, look down to make sure you can still see your toes. And exhale to straighten out. Returning to a mountain pose here. Straighten out the feet, send the toes to face straight forward. Spread all 10 toes wide. And ground down through all 4 corners of the feet. We'll take a moment here again to connect with our breath and get settled into this mountain pose. Rotate your inner thighs towards one another. Soften through the belly. Lift your chest and roll your shoulders up, around, and back. Tuck the chin just a little to create a little bit of length through the back of the neck. On your next inhale, lift the arms up above overhead. And on the exhale, we're going to find a tiny back bend, bending the elbows, lowering the arms, and sending the shoulder blades towards one another back behind you. Inhale, lift the arms, holding a big beach ball overhead again. And on the next exhale, we're going to do the same cactus arms, bend the elbows, bring them down in line with your shoulders, and then draw your shoulder blades down your back. Maybe bring your elbows lower just a little bit. And then up, inhale. Exhale, tiny back bend, cactus arms. And we'll do that a couple more times. Inhale. Exhale, tiny back bend, lift the heart. Inhale, arms up. Once more. Inhale, bend the arms, tiny back bend. And exhale. From here, option to look up or just look directly in front of you, maybe even tuck your chin a little. And then twist open to the left side, twisting your torso over to face the left side of the wall, the left side of the room, the left wall. Lower your arms to be parallel with the floor, sending them out to either side. Reach away with your fingertips. Inhale, back up to center. And then exhale, we'll take it to the other side. Twist and then lower your arms slowly. Inhale, reach the crown of the head up towards the sky. Exhale, bend your elbows. Inhale, arms back up. And exhale to fold over your legs, hinge at your hips, bending over your hips. Forward fold. Bend your knees here as much as you need to. Inhale, halfway lift your torso. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. And exhale to forward fold. Inhale to slowly start to roll up, leaving the chin to come up last. Finding maybe a good stretch through the top of the neck there. And that is all for today's energized yoga flow. Feel free to just get started with your day. Walk on out the door. You're already standing. But also feel free to pair this up with maybe another energy flow or maybe a more gentle flow to wind you down and maybe finish off with a savasana. Yogi's choice. This is your practice, your flow. I'm simply here to guide you through a few of these yoga flows that I have. Again, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. If you like this video, please share it with anyone who you think might like it. Feel free to leave me a comment. I'd love to know how it goes for you. And subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.